All right. Hello, great and wonderful leaders. I'm just glad I shaved today. Man, I didn't even know I was going to make this video. My wife told me that I looked really old today, so I decided to shave. Um, I got a couple things to talk to you about, and they're going to be not safe for children. So if you have kids in the room, kindly ask them to leave. I just don't want them to hear what we have to talk about. So they're not, they're not all bad, but just a precaution. Okay, um, so this is March. What is this? March the 10th? No, yeah, March 10th. Next week is going to be spring break, so we don't have any Sunday school and no kids church. So next week is a free weekend. You guys, hopefully the weather's good and you guys can go out there and enjoy it. On April 17th, we're gonna call it Girls Night, and what it is, it's gonna be for our fourth and fifth grade girls that they can invite a friend and they can take mom or aunt or grandma or whoever else. And we haven't done the order of service yet. We're working on that. We're working on the communication part first, and then we're going to get the leaders in place. I won't be there, but we're hoping to do some really fun things with the fourth and fifth grade girls. Our goal is to help keep them connected to God during their next phase. Because just like when kids leave high school and go to college, there's a very big temptation to leave God because now your mom and dad don't take you to church and you're probably in another state and you want to sleep in on Sunday. So, what we want to do is when kids leave our ministry, they could go to the junior high ministry and they could be like, you know what, I'll go to church with you instead. When really they need to be connected. And so we're going to have some high school girls there that are going to kind of share with them a testimony about how important it is to stay connected even after you finish with the elementary part of your Christian education. I also want to talk to you about a movie that I saw, a documentary that I saw last night, and it is called At the Heart of Gold, and it is currently on not pay per view, on demand on HBO. If you don't have HBO and you want to see this thing, let me know. I will find a way to get you a copy of it. Okay, it's about an hour and a half long, and it's about it's about the U.S. women's gymnastic team, and it's very hard to talk about. And what happened to them probably the last 15, 20 years. Don't watch it with your kids, but I would love for you to watch it. Um, Beginning is very powerful. The middle is basically just about the trial, but the very end, the last 10 minutes, are incredibly powerful. Um, I like to keep tabs on things like that because, like during the Sandusky trials and then this trial with Nassar, how they convicted him, gave him 174 years. Um, the one thing that I got from the Sandusky trials and this video, this documentary, was that abuse can continue and flourish when leaders turn the other cheek and defend each other. When a child or a parent has to go through a process in order to make an establishment realize that abuse is going on, abuse will continue and continue and continue. You are going to get a video that's our child protection video that you watch, and then you fill out a form and send it to me. You'll be getting that video very soon. But I want you to know that at Bonham, there is no process for you to go through in order to report child abuse, suspected child abuse. You do not have to go to the senior pastor or to the executive pastor. You can go right to the Child Protective Agency. Because what happened in these two incidents, the Sandusky trial and what happened to the gymnastic team, is that there were several times when girls tried to say, hey, this trainer, Robert Nasser, he's touching me inappropriately. And they tried to tell their coach, and their coach said, no way, this guy, I've known him for 20 years and he would never do that. You know, it must have been a mistake. And they brought Robert in, and he said, no, it's part of our training. I'm sorry if you feel uncomfortable. It's what I do. You know, I'll try to be more careful. And then it was dropped. It's terrifying. But that does not exist here. If you suspect that a child is being injured or abused, and in the video I talked about the difference between neglect and abuse. If you suspect that, if you see something, you say something. And we take it very seriously. And it will not end. It will not end with a, the guy, he's just crazy. He just likes to, he's just playing around. No, we don't do that. I want to remind you once again, as a leader, as a Sunday school teacher, you are never, ever, ever to be with a child in a room by yourself. Ever. You are never to go into a supply closet with a child by yourself. Always protect yourself, but protect the children as well. You need to, if you're in a Sunday school classroom by yourself and your partner hasn't showed up yet, and she's on the way, and she's on, she's on 64, man, turning the corner, she's 5 minutes away, and a child walks into your room, you need to go outside the door where you can keep an eye on the child and say, sit here until Miss Johnson comes back or comes in, okay? It's very important to me. Never allowed to be alone in a room with the child. If you are in the Go and Grow zone, that's a big space. And if you're the only adult in there, then you don't have to have necessarily two adults while you're in that room because of the size of the room and because of the big windows. But do not be alone in the Go and Grow zone with the child, even if they are on the other side of the room. Protect you and protect the child at all times. Classroom management. I've been here since July 1st, and I have been very impressed with the Sunday school teachers, with our check-in people. with our helpers, with our worship leaders. I've been very impressed with the passion and the dedication that you guys have shown. Classroom management is excellent, but there's always room for improvement. And what I want you to do is I want you to ask questions. Don't be afraid to ask questions. Don't be afraid if you're wondering about something, if you're having trouble downloading something, or if you're just having trouble with a particular child, please ask questions. We had an incident last week where we had a little boy that bit two Sunday school teachers. One was a teacher and one was a helper. But I don't want kids biting anybody. I talked to mom, and mom said, well, he felt like he was riled up and he felt like they were just playing with him and he didn't mean to bite. Look, man, you got 3 chances. You got 1 chance to bite one of my Sunday school teachers because I'm not going to be there. But you're not going to do it again, or you're not going to be in Sunday school. But we are building slowly our special needs ministry where we can put our special needs kids in an area surrounded by professional special needs teachers and handlers. That's coming, okay? That's coming. We're in the process now of building that team. And then before I go, I just want to tell you to please read your emails. Please read your emails. There is so much information. We're going to keep them short. We're not going to make them pages long. Take you about 3 minutes to get through it, okay? But they're full of information that you need. And then also when we have one of those get-togethers, please do everything you can to go. It's not about numbers. It's not about how many people we have so that I can go to Phil and say we had 58 people at the taco shop. I don't care about that. But what I do want is to build a family, and I want us to get to know each other. Because I've seen how important being a family is to a ministry. Because I've seen in great ministries something happen to a volunteer, and then I've seen the community that they serve with come together and make it beautiful through the power of God. But I've also seen the opposite, where somebody goes off into space and detonates, and then you never see them again, because the group that they served with wasn't a family, and something happened and they float off and then they're gone. And I don't want that. I want us to be a family, because that's what I feel like. I just feel like that's the will of God, for us to be friendly and to be passionate about being a family and being together. So I love you guys. You guys are all doing a great job. I mean, you should one day, if you can, go to the check-in desk, which we're trying to improve. Man, I wish we had money to make that thing look good, because it's just whatever. But anyway, they're so friendly and inviting. We've had so many new families come in to check us out, and then come back, and then be a part of our ministry. Seen so many positive changes. I love whenever we've got some small groups, some Sunday school teachers that are sick or can't be in, and then we all pile in together and we make it work. So leave here today knowing that continue to protect yourself at all times, and please always be passionate about protecting the children that God brings us. And read your emails and be a family. You got an email with your connection partner. When you make contact with your connection partner, tell me about it. Tell us about it. Miss Jane, about an hour after the email came out, she's my partner. And she sent me an email and asked me how she could pray for me. And we put this program together. But it still affected me. I saw that email and I said, man, I'm going to share it with you, okay? I said, right now we're remodeling our house and everybody hates each other. And every time we work together, we fight for 20 minutes before we put one nail in a piece of wood. Pray for us. And that's what it's about. Love you guys.